Dawn Brown, to the right of her, Lorraine Washington, and to the left of Coach Brown is Jeanette Jackson. Coach, if you will, open it up with a statement, and then we'll take your questions.
Well, I just think overall tonight's game was a great collective win. One thing that we've been successful throughout the conference, going on runs, we were on a 7-game winning streak at one point, a 5-game winning streak at one point, was getting more than 2 people involved in our offense. The presence of Shamaya Brooks was very, very key tonight, as well as Alexis Parker stepping up some offensively. And also limiting them to 1 shot down in the stretch what put us in position to kind of make runs tonight. Overall, I have to give this team credit for being so relentless and being so determined. They're very determined. It's a determined group of young ladies. Lorraine Washington, to my right, is one of our only seniors that you guys see on the floor playing. And, her presence, and she has a dominant force on defense. With kids like Lorraine out on the floor, it's going to be hard for you to be able to set up an offense.
Coach, questions?
Coach, you mentioned Brooks and everything inside. I know she had some nice blocks and some big rebounds, but it seemed like your guard play was really, really good today.
Well, we rely a lot on our guard play throughout the season, throughout a lot of games that we played. Jeanette Jackson right there, averaging 19.2 points a game. Gabrielle Scott, which, her legs were a little tired tonight. She couldn't give us much offensively. But we rely heavily on our guards. We do strenuous guard works to prepare them to get shots off. They shoot well over 500 shots a day. And when you got kids that can shoot the ball as well as Alexis Parker, as well as Jeanette Jackson, who can drive the ball like a Lorraine Washington with her speed and her quickness, it's going to be hard to defend. And one thing that I have to say about Jeanette that a lot of people don't know is that she's just not a set shooter in this league. She can create a shot. There's not a lot of players that can get face guarded and can get denied night in, night out like she can and still be able to have 20-point games. They can't take her offense away from her. And that's one thing that I have to commend her on. She finds a way to score the basketball, and that's important with our success.
Lorraine, this was it. This was either tonight or it was over. What did you tell yourself going into the game as this may be your final game?
Going into the game, I just did things I did previous years with my other teammates, like watch the video, it was just saying, how bad do you want it? Do you want it as bad as, to breathe? So, yeah, I just went out there and I told the team, I got y'all, just follow me, just listen. I've been here before, relax, and we're going to be good.
Lorraine, speaking of that, I'm looking at this all-conference list. And I'm using that. Did you use it as a motivator for yourself? I know Coach used it as a motivator, but did you take that personally?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just have to get it out there because it proves that a team can work regardless of how you're viewed, is how you view each other as teammates. And so I know, and Coach, I want you to reflect on how you use that as fuel to get ready. She said, don't ask. I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you.
Well, I gave a speech to the young ladies before the game, and I told the team, Lorraine Washington is the reason why Prairie View won their first tournament championship. And she's one of the guards that's in this conference, and I say this respectfully, is that she has been looked over for 4 years because of the fact that she doesn't block shots. She doesn't, this is her first year serving as an offensive person in our offense, as far as getting points and scoring the ball. But you can put Lorraine on their best shooter, on their best offensive person. And you can find, if you go back and look at the stat sheets of who she's guarded, she's going to hold them to their average night in. To me, as her head coach, I feel that that's what makes her the best defender on our team. This league, they may judge things on, on other situations, from other avenues, from other facets. But for this team, I'm going to put Lorraine on their leading scorer. And I expect her to hold them to their average. And that's a challenge she loves. She's been doing it for 4 years. And she'll tell you, put me on their best player. I will shut her down. That's her mentality.
Well, we saw that tonight when Tucker got in the game, and we know she was killing PV from threes at Prairie View. and you did put lockdown. So my next question was the status of Larissa Scott. She had strong time in today. How's her shoulder? I noticed she took her sleeve off during the course of the game after the first couple of free throws. How is she right now?
Well, she's good. You know, it's just a process. You know, she's going to have surgery postseason anyway. You know, she can only go as far as she's allowed to go for herself. She took off the bandage because she felt it was restricting her. And, you know, she wanted to have that full range of motion without restriction. But Larissa is one person that I have to commend because she's in pain. She's definitely in pain. I know she's in pain. And I asked her how she's doing. She said, well, Coach, I'm going to be okay. Coach, I'm fine. But, you know, this team is relentless, and they're going to work through it. They're going to work through it. We have a lot of other bumps here, nicks there. You know, Loren is just getting over a sinus infection, had flu symptoms last 2 weeks. You know, and they don't want to stop playing. They don't want to stop playing. They're not ready. They're not ready for this season to be over.
All right, all right.
We actually got Southern tomorrow. You don't stop tonight, but you have Southern tomorrow. How are you going to get ready for them?
Well, I honestly feel that, you know, the teams that we played and lost a tight game to, maybe 4 or 5 points. We lost to Southern 13 our first game, and then lost to them 10 on the road. It was mistakes that we made. You know, going back looking at that film, you know, we've gotten a technical foul here and there when we shouldn't have gotten it. We've given up a rebound here and there when we should have secured rebounds. We pushed the ball when we should have been, you know, trying to set up a half-court offense. So we have to revisit this film tonight to look at what worked for our offense, to go back and look at the film against Southern. And, you know, we're going to have to come out and defend. We're going to have to jump out early. And it's not all about runs. It's how you respond to runs. You know, you can be up 10 or 15, and this is March. So and I told the girls one day in practice about 15 times, it's March, it's March, it's March. I said, so, you know, you guys have to elevate your game and play on a whole nother level. And that's what they've been doing.
Speaking of playing on another level, all conference, Jeanette, how do you see going into Southern? What do you think we'll need to do to get that win?
Like Coach said, we need to do the little things like rebound and slow the ball up and play our tempo of the game, and we need to just execute and hit shots.
We have time for one more question. Yes, that's it. Thanks, guys.